And I think it's a super important thing to know. And I want to start making YouTube videos, and I'm like, what is something that is valuable that will actually help instead of how to use an EQ or like, if you guys want videos like that, let me know. But I want to give some actual advice here. So, what is phase and what is polarity? So, phase, it's very important to know the difference. So, phase is a difference in time. So, let's say I have two microphones. Let's say I have this microphone here and then I have another one over here, but they're not equally apart from my sound source. What's going to happen is that sound is going to hit these mics at two different times and it's going to make them out of phase. You'll know what I'm talking about here in a second when I show you, because my example I have some overheads and they are out of phase. And then you have polarity, and polarity is so let's say you have your audio wave like this, and then instead of it being out of time, what it is it's flipped. So let's say you have them, I don't even know. Okay, let's say they're both going like that, right? They are, the polarity's there, they are in phase. Now let's say that when this one is, when this one's rarefacting, this one's compressing, and it's like canceling out a lot of sound. So you have this little, I think that's how you do it. But yeah, so it's canceling out a lot of noise. But less talking, I'll jump in and show you what I'm talking about. Head over here. Okay, so here I got some overheads that I recorded last week. Yeah, so these are out of phase. When I mic'd up these overheads, I kind of already expected that they were going to be out of phase. To be real with you, it was my first time miking drums, so that's why I expected them to be out of phase. Still getting it down. I'm not even going to try lying or sugarcoating. I'm a fresh audio engineer getting started. So I'll show you what I'm talking about with them being out of phase, because I keep saying it, but I'm not really showing you. So if we zoom in here, you're going to see that when this is compressing, this one is also rarefacting at the same exact time. And I'll show you what that sounds like. I'm going to play this really quick. Let me zoom back out here. Show you what it sounds like. And you hear how flat it is. I mean, this is just one of them. But yeah, you can just hear how flat it's making it sound. And that's due to phase. That has nothing to do with polarity. I want to make that very clear, because people get that very confused a lot. This has nothing to do with polarity. But we are going to polarity flip it to correct the phase, so that so basically what we're going to do is flip this. We're going to take this whole audio file here and we're going to flip it. So then when this one's compressing, this one's also compressing, and it's amplifying the signal instead of attenuating it. So how do we do that? How do we flip the polarity on this file? So what we're going to do, or at least what I do in Logic, I used FL for a really long time, and I got into Logic, and I kind of just fell in love with it. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of things that just make more sense to me, and they have a lot of great stock plugins. So shout out Logic for real. But not shout out Apple for buying Logic, because they kind of just bought it, and then they didn't do anything with it except change a few things. Anyways, and I'll show you another thing. I love it but hate it. So this is how I flip the polarity. I'll pull up a little gain meter here, and right here it says phase invert. This is what I'm talking about, Apple. What do we got going on here? This is not a phase invert. This is a polarity flip. This symbol right here is for polarity. So anytime you see this symbol, it's for polarity. And when we click it, it flips the polarity. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what that sounds like. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the original first, and then I'm going to flip the polarity, and then you guys are going to hear the difference right away. So here we go. And that's with the flip. Not flip, original. Awesome. So yeah, there you can see it's a huge difference with the sound that you get. I mean, if you want it to sound full, if you want it to sound like what it's like when you're sitting there listening to it in person, these are things that you need to think about. If you are wanting to be a recording engineer or you are just recording music in your room, there's nothing wrong with that. It's very important to know these things. And then kind of just touching on phase a little bit more. It's not as common, but every once in a while, reflections off from your wall will create phase cancellations. That's I mean, yeah, that can go with, that's a huge thing with like mixing. Like this room right here that I'm in right now sucks. I won't lie, the acoustics in here suck. I don't have anything on the walls or nothing. What I do is I'll come in here, I'll just cook up some music, throw it in Pro Tools, I'll take it to the studio and mix it all there because it sucks here. Same thing with like recording though too. Yeah, those reflections will bounce right back into the microphone. You won't even know it. You won't even know. But yeah, just something to think about. The main reason I'm starting this YouTube channel is just because I want to help people and I want to start making YouTube videos. I know my recording skills with YouTube videos aren't the best yet, but just watched a YouTube video the other day. They said, what did he say? He said, start before you know how to. I've always thought about doing this, so I guess I'm just starting without really knowing how. It took me forever to set this whole Streamlabs stuff up, so I'll start streaming eventually too. Uh, I just want to see a little engagement on the videos, make sure that I wouldn't be really wasting my time, but it's always fun to talk to people. I don't really like talking to myself. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys a lot. If it did, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this or anything else, if you guys have questions for me, drop comments. I will do my best to answer all of them. But yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe, like, leave a comment, like I said. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully it helped. I'll catch you guys on the flip. See ya.